Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, guys. I do apologize for the lateness of the live. I was supposed to be on about a half an hour ago, but had some things to take care of at the house here. So we are going to get started now. Now, the topic of discussion tonight is remote work still a thing? Is remote work still something that we want this is going to be around, because we are getting a lot. There are quite a few employers that's giving a lot of pushback. Has remote work really ended? Of course, guys, as you come in, go ahead and drop a like, comment, share, and put your questions in the chat so we can get started with that. Of course, we always appreciate Still Rock stopping by. Thank you so much, Still Rocks. We appreciate your participation in the live. So we're going to jump in here, shall we? And of course, if you guys have questions or want to add to the live chat or want to add to the live conversation, go ahead and put your comments and questions in the chat. So let's jump in here. All righty. We're going to be looking at this particular article from Fortune, where it says return to work mandates aren't working. The reason I'm asking the question, has remote work ended? In my opinion, it absolutely has not. And this article is a testament to that, although there is a lot of pushback in the marketplace. So, of course, as you know, return to work mandates are a part of that. So this article is written by Jane Thier, from Fortune. Says return to work mandates aren't working. Most workers are ready to quit for a remote job, even if it means a pay cut. Just because it seems like everyone is back to the office doesn't mean that they are. And it certainly doesn't mean that people are any more willing to go than they've always been. The allure of working on one's own terms is still going very strong. So strong that they choose ample flexibility over money. I don't blame them, because it never before has technology been at a place. Never before has certain jobs been at a place where you kind of have that autonomy. Of course, let me see here. Go ahead, guys. Char Willie. Welcome to the live stream. And of course, hello, Joel. Welcome to the live stream, guys. As you're coming in, greetings. Say hello, put your comments in the chat. And of course, if you have questions as we're going along, we will go ahead and respond to those as we discuss the topic. So, of course, despite an enduring cost of living crisis, nearly 2/3 of workers would be willing to take a pay cut to be able to work remotely, according to the new surveys of over 8,400 U.S. workers from flex jobs. 17% of workers said they'd sacrifice up to 20% of their paycheck, and 1 in 10 said they'd relinquish more than 20%. People need that flexibility. It means more than money, folks. Employers, please be aware of this. This is where people's true sentiments are. Even when home prices are skyrocketing, pay raises are flat in many industries, and most jobs are failing to provide a cost of living adjustment. 63% of respondents said remote work was still the important part of the job to them, ahead of salary, work-life balance, and a good boss. The remote work gives you some level of autonomy in your career, or in the career space, or in the job market space. All this is particularly bad news, said for workers, given that finding a remote job has never been more difficult. It's becoming more difficult. It's not completely, impossible here. I did go over employers that are fully remote still. So there are a lot of employers that are still pro remote work. However, there's a lot of them that are not. All this is particularly bad news for said workers, given that finding a remote job has never been more difficult. Over half of the respondents said that compared to this time last year, fewer remote first gigs, and the ones that do offer flexible perks are instantly swarmed by applicants because people want those jobs. Even so, over half of the workers know someone who has quit or is planning to quit because of the return to work mandates, FlexJob has found. Okay. All right. Lack of remote work options is a significant reason why people leave their jobs, Keith Spencer, a career expert at FlexJobs, wrote in the report. Remote work is incredibly valued by today's workforce, of course, and with more companies adopting these types of policies, employees are increasingly open to exploring new career opportunities with the flexibility and remote work options they need. They may not That may not be surprising. Almost all respondents said they believe remote work positively impacts their mental and physical health with ample data to back it up. They are probably going to spend less money and spend more time with loved ones on hobbies when they don't have to commute. Working professionals value the improved quality of life that remote work can provide through benefits like the elimination of a stressful commute or reduced pressure to engage in small talk or office politics, Spencer tells Fortune. Most remote, Mostly remote with some office mixed in. Despite the hunger for flexibility, not all workers actually want to work remote full time. There's some people that want the mix. Just 51% of the respondents told Flex Jobs that they don't want to go into the office at all. Wait, 51% of the respondents told Flex Jobs they don't want to go into an office at all. 46% said a hybrid arrangement would be their first choice. And only 3% of the respondents said they want to be in the office 5 days a week. Hey, those 3% strange birds are very interesting. I'll just say that. Um, let's see here. Hardly an afterthought. Nearly 4 in 5, 70%, 77% of FlexJob respondents said by the way, flexjobs.com is a website where they offer a lot of, I don't know if you're aware of this. It is a paid for play website where you can pay for the year and you have access to a lot of gig work from home, a lot of contract work from home. You also have direct W-2 hire work from home. So FlexJob, of course, is going to have this particular framework or opinion based on the market share that they serve. So hardly an afterthought. At FlexJob, 77% of FlexJob respondents say they will feel that they're more productive at home than at work. I personally do as well. Many experts agree with that. The idea that if you bring everyone into this mandatory office environment, working shoulder to shoulder, magical outcomes will come. That's a silly thing. I think that's silly too. It's from an old paradigm that's not willing to explore other options. Ann Dean leads flexible work at a software firm at Atlassian, said on a panel earlier this month. It feels like magic thinking. Now, a sizable amount of data has shown the opposite, that most workers, despite what they assess of themselves, actually perform better when they're in an office surrounded by peers and under the tutelage of their mentors. It's easier, especially for greener workers, to learn new skills and ask questions when they're able to do so in person. I don't share that sentiment, but that, of course, you have to also consider the source of who put that information together, most likely employers. But even hybrid work, in Dean's eyes, is an illusion of choice that leaves all sides with less flexibility and autonomy than what they're looking for. It nixes many potential work benefits like the option to live farther out from the city, pick kids up from school, or take midday runs, and many compare benefits. It actually hits companies with all the cost of the old model and none of the efficiencies of the new model. That doesn't mean that some form of hybrid isn't possible and often practical. As Stanford economist and remote work expert Nick Bloom has explained to Fortune, flexible work is best suited with a smart, organized hybrid plan. Such plans, which hinge on clear expectations, ample latitude for customization, and most importantly, agreements among team members to all come into work on the same day, bolstering productivity and improving recruitment, retention, and morale, he finds. Organized hybrid can look like anything. It can look like even a 90-10 split. Drew Houston from Dropbox CEO recently told Fortune that his company rule allows employees to spend 90% of the year remote and has been a godsend for retention and workplace satisfaction. Maybe some employers should look at that model and copy it because they have retention. They have increased retention because of it. You need different social contract. You need a different social contract and to let go of control, he advised bosses. There it is. There's a key word there. But if you trust people and treat them like adults, they'll behave like adults. Trust over surveillance. And he'd probably add remote over office. This, of course, as I said, this story was originally from Fortune.com. Yes, Shara Willie said, I'm no longer interested in going. Listen, there's parts of me that's not either. Of course. Hey there, Credit Solutionist. How you doing? Hello. And she's saying hello to the chat, of course. And happy Sunday. She's saying hello to everybody. And of course, trust over surveillance. Man, that is a wonderful sentiment because a lot of why these employers are so hell-bent, pardon my French, are so stickler for return to the office is because they have no trust. They'd rather have more control because they can physically see you versus having more control than trust, which is probably why their employees perform less when they're in the office versus more. Of course, the question, of course, we already answered that question. Why are employers implementing return to work mandates? They have a hard time trusting their own employees. Guys, what else do you think is the issue? Outside of the whole control, what else do you think is the issue? Why is it that they feel so strongly about having these return to work mandates? Because outside of the whole control thing, it's been more beneficial for them to have you remote and have you end up. I always personally attest to this whenever we talk about this subject. I work more. I work more hours. I work harder when I have less distractions. There are less distractions for me personally at home when I work from home. I've had work from home positions before. And I work more and I work better when I am in a quiet home office. Wherever the laptop is where the office is at the moment. It's also flexibility of where I can work. Char says their kids are driving them crazy. I can see why some of them want to get the hell away from their house because they have children that are driving them nuts. Credit Solutionist says many higher ups feel superior having an office and being able to physically control folks. I think there is a psychological component to it. You are absolutely correct. A lot of these people, as the last few lines of that article said, trust over control. And a lot of them are so hell-bent on maintaining this supposed control. I'm using air quotes right now. Supposed control that they're literally stifling or they're allowing some of their productivity to suffer because of it. Shred Solutions also says many people see having an office or working on an office as a status symbol as well. Listen, I don't know what's wrong with these folks and this whole status symbol. If it ain't putting extra money in my pocket, I don't care. That's just me. Listen, you don't pay me the same. Oh, I'm the big boss of XYZ amalgamide department. Listen here. I'm gonna need you to take a chill pill, do this work, and then when the time comes for you to leave, go home and be with your family and humble yourself. Like, come on. It is a status symbol for some of these folks, but some of them need to take a chill pill for real. Lord have mercy. You're right about that though. A lot of people, they use that as the whole, how, I am Joe, Joe Blow, the manager of this and that. Your title doesn't mean anything because unlike other people, what you don't realize is the same person that signs your checks is the same person that signs mine. We both work here. You don't own the joint. So A lot of them just need to take a chill pill, like for real, for real. I have another question, guys. Does the return to work mandate? Let me put this question out here. And I think this speaks to, let's see here. Oh, hello, Char Willie. They don't have any friends. That might be some of their issue too. You never know. So they want the only time they have interactions with people that actually have to compulsorily be around them because they work there is when they're at work. Oh boy. It's unfortunate for some people, especially if they move to a new city and they have a new job. People, there may be some, just some ominous reasons for that. But then you have some people that are stuck on stupid when it comes to these titles and these jobs. Like, chill already. Oh, the Sister Crystal Show. Welcome. Of course, she's saying hello to everybody. Say hello to the Sister Crystal Show. Everybody say hello to her. And she's saying hello to everyone. Welcome. I do have another question, y'all. I'm going to put this before you. Does the return to work mandate from employers show a lack of confidence in their employees or their own lack of skills to manage their employees remotely? I'm going to tell you this. Based on how these people have an issue with control and they feel like they can't manage, if they're managing with the mindset of control versus trust, this is exactly why they want the return to work mandates, because they feel like they can't manage unless they can physically see you. And the problem is that there's more than one ways to manage. So they're not willing to learn something new, all because the only way they know how to manage or to supervise people is through physically seeing them. When you really do need to provide that trust to your employees, to make sure that they are truly they're truly trustworthy. Now, if they prove to be not trustworthy, then that's a whole nother situation. You can take care of that through documents and discipline and things of that nature. All right. Of course, guys, they're saying hello to Sister Crystal. Wonderful. Girl Solution says, true, Char. Many people develop their social circle at work. Happy hours, extended lunches are the perks. I know that's what you were meant to say. You mean to say are a perk. Many use this as an escape. Well, that is true. There are some that do that. So a lot of them are welcoming this whole return to work mandate because they don't have a social life outside of that. We need you to work on that, beautiful people. Whew, Lord. So yeah, you guys are saying hello to each other. Wonderful. Of course, no problem. Of course, you guys are always welcome here to join the conversations about what's going on in the job market and how we can better ourselves through the processes and the quick changes that are being made right now. Of course, Fred Solution says it's also companies resisting technological advancement. The problem with that is every time I hear that a company wants to resist technological change, I always refer them to Blockbuster. Do you want to be a Blockbuster or do you want to be a Netflix? You have to choose. So at the end of the day, you want to resist technological advancement. It might end up costing you your company, because anybody that was born after 1995 don't know what Blockbuster was. So that should give you some indication for any of you, as anybody in this chat right now that does not know who or what Blockbuster was. Now I'm dating myself because I used to be in that place every Friday as a young adult. Yeah, I'm telling my age a little bit, but go ahead, Credit Solution. It's full disclosure. My mom and my dad met at work. Hey, listen, a lot of beautiful things get created at work. See, there you go, because you're here. It's wonderful. Now, Crazy Solutionist says, and Blockbuster fumbled the bag. You're darn right they fumbled the bag. People past 1995 don't know who they are, although it took them till early 2000s to crash and burn. But yeah, they resisted the change with transferring their catalog digitally, and unfortunately, that was the approach to technology was truly their downfall, their resistance to it. Yes, Shaw Willie, I remember Blockbuster was around the corner from me. Great videos. Yes, it was. I used to be one of them people that was paying them late fees because I didn't bring it back till after Monday. Because I used to rent 3 movies. You know that it wasn't Netflix and chill. It was a Blockbuster video night back in the days. It wasn't a Netflix and chill because Netflix wasn't a thing then. That's to show you how if you embrace technology instead of resisting it, you can be the market leader 10, 15 years from now. Poof, that's a food for thought, folks. Oh, hold on. Hello. And Can228, welcome to the live. How you doing? Of course. Say hello to Ann Can, everybody. All right. I was just talking to some folks last night about Blockbuster. It was the highlight of our week and the memory stamped in our hearts forever 80s and 90s kids. You better say that because that was our Netflix and chill. You go to Blockbuster because it'll be packed on a Friday because kids are in there. The ones that play video games, some of the video games were in there. A lot of Sega Genesis. Oh yeah, I'm really dating myself now. They get the games there on Friday. Kids, the couples will be getting their little romantic movies on Fridays. You know, the group of girls that wanted to watch lovey-dovey movies, and then you had the guys that wanted to watch all the action and the zombies and the scary movies. Oh, that does bring back memories for sure. You always have to remember, they used to say, please be kind and rewind. Yes, you are right. Oh my goodness. Those were the days, boy. All right, guys, you guys are saying hello to Ann Can. Welcome to the live stream. Of course, guys. I have great memories from going to Blockbuster on a weekly basis. Sometimes I'll skip 2 weeks and then I'll be back there every week for months on end because that was like the social thing to do when you wanted to stay in. But part of the reason Netflix took over is because they embraced technology. They did not resist it, which is why Blockbuster is no longer and Netflix is still in still in the runnings. Yeah, Blockbuster gave us structure and boundaries. You have to bring it back on time, bring it back fully rewound and the video, or else you pay the penalty. Oh boy, did I spend a whole heap of money on the penalties when I was renting their videos. Oh gosh, my sister can tell you. But I do want to make sure that we get 1 second, guys. My phone is sorry about that, y'all. You know, life is still happening. Another question I wanted to pose to you guys. What are some of the strategies that can be found to alleviate issues with their employers being anti-work from home? They have to understand that their bottom line is actually going to increase. They have to understand that if employees feel like they're trusted to do their jobs and they do their jobs well, and they're not, they feel like they're not being controlled and they get the autonomy to do their job well, working remotely shouldn't be it's a tussle right now. A lot of employers are requiring them to come back to work. It's either all, or there's some form of flexibility where you go in a few times per week, or there's some form of flexibility where you come in once a month. Some employers only require 10% for the whole year. There's all kinds of interesting workarounds going on in different industries, different sectors, based on what's required. But at the end of the day, what are some of the strategies that can be used to alleviate issues with your employer being anti-work from home? Tell you this: find a company that's pro work from home. You can always find what you're looking for in the market if you are willing to take the risk. That's why I always encourage you guys to get your resume. Your resume should always be ready. Your resume should always be tight. And if you need help with that, you can definitely go to mentorshelley.com/contact. You can leave me a voicemail or email and we can discuss how I can help you get that resume tightened up. But what are some of the strategies that can be used to alleviate issues with that employer being anti-work from home? Work for an employer that's pro-work from home. That's going to take some research. I did actually do a video a couple weeks ago naming out a good 15 employers that are pro-work from home based on the industry that you're in. You IT type career paths that are more pro-work from home. There's a lot of entry-level positions that are work from home, but there's also mid-level positions in the insurance industry, in different sectors and different industries that are pro work from home. Sometimes it's the very company. There are some companies that are vehemently against it. There are some companies that are pro work from home. And it's up to you to use the Google machine to get what you need and make sure that it fits what you're looking for from a work from home standpoint. Credit Solutionist says they should give it a go with the department to see how it goes, then compare productivity. That is if the employer is even willing to entertain the thought. Because you have some employers that are so rigid because they've done it that way for 20 million years. They think, oh my goodness, let's keep doing this the way it's been done for all the 100 years, not taking into account the technology and the money they could be saving if employees didn't have to drive back and forth 2 hours to their supposed office, so to speak. The Sister Crystal Show says the businesses save on leasing costs with work from home employees. Yes, they do, but a lot of them have contracts that they can't get out of. A lot of them are requiring work from home because there's leases that they can't break. There's a lot of other businesses that took a hit, which is why a lot of them put work from home mandates back in place, because commercial real estate took a major hit in the last year or two when a lot of work from home was going on. Yeah. Commercial real estate took a major hit. So that's part of why some of those companies, because they're tied to some of those leases. So for the simple fact that, we'll make them come back because we have to stay in this building another 6 months or another year. Sometimes it may just be that because they can't get that money. They can't recoup that rent because they're already under contract. Credit Solution says many companies also didn't want to spend the money on consultants to revamp or renew their processes. Yeah. God forbid you renew and vamp up your processes to make your company make your company processes and better down the line and actually save some money down the line. It's amazing how resistant some companies are to change. So resistant that sometimes they're willing to throw money out the door or waste money holding on to the status quo, but sometimes the status quo is more detrimental to them down the line. And Credit Solutionist also says they also don't want us to have free time to moonlight. Yes. Let's talk about it. One of my favorite subjects to talk about on this channel is overemployment. Part of what's motivating these companies as well is the fact that people started working from home with not one, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, and they are able to do their job in half the time. So a lot of these employers, because they're like, wait a minute, they're making twice as much and they have autonomy to make a choice about what it is that they want to do. Well, God forbid, grown folks get to decide what they want to do. And they all start sprouting this stuff about loyalty and all this other nonsense. As I always said, guys, you are in charge of your own personal economy. And And if you want, and if you're able to do both jobs well and you're not breaching any employment agreements and you've done your, I have put videos on this channel talking to you guys about what needs to happen. And of course, I can also, offer you guys consultation with your own personal strategic roadmap to becoming overemployed. I can definitely work with you on that one-on-one. But I do have videos on this channel talking about strategically working from home and being overemployed, working at least 2 jobs from home. Part of what's pushing that too, part of what's pushing this whole, we don't want you to work from home because we don't want you to make no more money. Yeah, they like to pay you just enough for you to stay, but not be in a position to actually make financial choices for yourself. Credit Solution, says working from home was a perk only given to the higher ups. Yeah, because and funny enough, those higher ups, most of what they're doing is they're supposedly, it's so interesting how the higher up, some of those higher ups were managing their people from home, but now that their people are home and they're sometimes made to come in the office, they magically can't manage remotely. I'm just going to leave that right there. I'm being a little messy. Char Willie says, jealous much? Oh, absolutely. They are. Some of them are. Oh, Shirley says, give me a pension and I'll be loyal. Yeah, right. I thought so. Listen to me. The only thing that we as career professionals are supposed to be loyal to is our bottom line. Does it fit into my career plan? And the job or the opportunities that you have if you work remotely needs to line up with your own personal economy. At the end of the day, folks, I want you guys to have what you need. I also don't want these employers to try to bully you through the process. So I have one more question. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're not going. But guys, I know I'm pro work from home, obviously, but what are you guys' thoughts? Because not everybody is pro work from home. There's some people that like to do the water cool talk and waste 2 hours at work chit-chatting with people and not really getting all their work done because they do more socializing at work than they do work, which is part of why I like to work from home. Get your work done. If you get it done early, and work on your other personal projects or actually live your personal life outside of your job. However, there's some people that don't have those choices. But guys, just to close this down, but what are your overall thoughts about work from home in general? I'm pro work from home. I'm pro overemployment as long as it's done properly. Credit Solution says, I love the water cooler talk, but also hated the gridlock traffic in LA. Listen, nothing says I hate going into the office like getting locked up in traffic I didn't want to be in the first place. Okay. So, thankfully, where I am right now is not as egregious as far as traffic is concerned. I found some back roads to alleviate the crazy traffic I normally would experience. But guys, I want you guys to make sure that you know what it is that you want as far as the type of work from home, the type of job that you have. If you're in an industry that lends itself to work from home, a lot of the IT fields, a lot of different industries have work from home. It's just that now that they're calling people back to the office, pretending that work from home wasn't an option a year or two ago because of what was going on. Credit Solution I think work from home folks definitely need to develop a plan around it. What will your life look like? Having work inside your home definitely changes how you view home. Absolutely. And of course, that's also influenced a lot of people to purchase real estate. The price of real estate skyrocketed in the last 2 years because of how work from home. So here's definitely what happened. Revenues moved from commercial real estate to residential real estate, which is why residential real estate doubled in value in the last couple of years. And people started buying homes so they can have their own home office. A lot of people ended up doing so much overemployment that they started businesses and they use the money to invest so they no longer have to work a 9 to 5. A lot of employers are afraid people, oh, what? Have their own autonomy? Oh my goodness. Enrich their own personal economy so they don't have to work for them anymore? Oh, God forbid. So of course there's a lot of employers that are afraid of that, which is why a lot of work from return to work mandates got put in place in the first place. So let's see here. Oop, I don't want to miss any. I love work from home, but I'm trying to do a career change and haven't been able to get hired. Keep pushing. Ancan 228. Connect with me on mentorshelley.com/contact. And we can talk about what you have been doing on a one-on-one basis and see what I can do to help with that situation. Because depending on the career change you are trying to make, communicating what you have, what skills you have already, and what transferable skills you're going to be bringing to the new career path may be the ticket, or it may be just where you're applying. So that's definitely something you want to look into further. So connect with me there. You can leave me a voice message and we can continue the conversation there. Okay. Char Willie says, I'm tired of the germs, so I enjoy working from home. I perform better. I'm more rested. Here, Char Willie. If I had a wine glass, I'd toast with you because I'm with you on that. Absolutely. You were an editor, of course. You were an editor, Ancan. Okay. So if you don't mind sharing, what are you? What type? Are you a video editor? What type of editor? And what is the career transition to? If you don't mind sharing here, or you can connect with me at mentorshelley.com/contact. Let me put the link in the chat as well, so you have it. Okay. All right. All righty. Okay. So, the creative solution is said, you have to create a space for work, staying social, and being disciplined. Of course, work from home is not for somebody that's willy-nilly and don't have yourself together. Working in your pajamas can change you. Speaking from experience, you have to create a safe space. Listen here, there's nothing wrong. You're doing the work, aren't you? Doesn't matter what you have on as long as the work's getting done. Okay? Of course. Still rocks. Welcome back to the chat. We know you came by earlier. You stopped by and said hello. And of course, we appreciate you stopping by. Everybody say hello to Still Rocks in the chat, guys. All righty. So Still Rocks, love my own office. Absolutely. Oh, no problem, Ancan. We definitely are here to help each other to become a better version of ourselves professionally. Still Rock says, love my home office. Definitely had to get my PlayStation out of there because I find myself playing while on calls. You don't want to do that. No, do the people work. Do the folks work, Still Rocks. Do the folk works. Do the folks work. Yes, Miss Char Willie. Cheers. I am there with you, honey. Trust and believe. Okay. Of course, Still Rock says, work from home does get lonely sometimes. Yes, it does. But that's what we have a social life outside of work for. Yeah. And I understand that too. It can get lonely if you don't live nearby family or some of your friends and things of that nature. But I'd much rather have that problem and work on it personally than have to be in a position where work from home was an option, and then now they're talking about we have to return to work mandates, all because they lack the flexibility to manage remotely. Because a lot of the reasons they're doing it, it's not for anything other than they want to control you. And Ken says, I was a production editor for a journal. Oh, nice. Okay. Of course, you said, hey, Still Rocks, of course. Honey Brown, welcome to the live stream. You said Honey Brown 1 says, I've done remote administrative support and loved it. I don't require the camaraderie of in-office stuff. I got you. I don't get lonely. I know where my friends are when I need them. I'm with you 100% on that, Miss Honey Brown. So when it comes to, I'm all for keeping the professional and keeping personal separate. So some of these folks, that are pretty much pushing this whole return to work envelope because they don't have a social life outside of work. You want to work on that from a personal standpoint. But of course, I can't tell grown folks what to do. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to understand that work from home is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's just that some employers are resistant to change and resistant to keep, they're so resistant to change and they're so willing to keep the status quo that they're willing to sacrifice technological advancements that'll make their lives and their businesses easier to hold on to what they only know. Upgrade Solutions, of course, is saying hello to Still Rocks. All right, Still Rocks is greeting the crowd here. Craig Solution is saying, yes, I have a friend that plays games while doing IT calls. Please take the consoles out of your workspaces. Great advice, because it will distract you, especially if you like playing those games. Of course, Ann Can saying hello to Still Rocks. Of course, guys are talking to each other. Credit Solution said the social aspect is what I struggle with the most, Honey Brown. It is still an adjustment now that you're in a new city. That's why I said the only time I definitely understand the social piece of it is if you're not proximity wise around friends and family. So it's going to take a little bit of effort to develop, your social circle in a new city. I personally am okay with the social circle I have now. I'm in a very tight social circle. But at the end of the day, guys, I want you guys to know remote work is here to stay. There are some employers that are going to be resistant, but in doing so, you can also discover if the employer that you're with now is work from home friendly or they are work from home resistant. If they are work from home resistant and you want to start working from home or you're looking for options, then you can start looking for employers that offer work from home or start working on a side business where you can work remotely. Listen, your options are limitless, folks, and I want you to make sure that you have those options and you're exercising all of those options. Of course, Still Rock says, for me, I have to get up and get ready as if I was in the office, open the blinds. Sometimes I'll even play some music in the background. I did that too, played some jazz and got up and get ready. Not that I'm putting on office clothes. I'm just saying. That's where I stopped. If I'm going to work from home, I'm going to be comfortable. But I do actually do the whole, the other spiel. You brush your teeth, you wash your face, you get into your spot, you open the blinds, let some sunshine in, get the coffee like you would at the office, and you get ready to work. Just don't have to be in the office clothes while I'm in the house. Just saying. That's just me. But Still Rocks, I understand. Whatever you need to do to make sure you're focused and getting your work done. So Credit Solution has asked, what percentage of the workforce do you see being work from home within the next decade? It's probably not, the pendulum is not going to, I don't think it's going to move as quickly to the return to office mandate as a lot of these employers are pushing, because people in certain sectors are pushing back. They're saying, I'd rather not work here. I'd rather go find another job. Or find other opportunities than go back to the office. There are some people that are exercising their right to work in the environment that they choose. You have some people that cannot afford to do that and are just going to stick it out till they can figure something else out. People are making choices that's best for them. And in 2023, there are more options than there were maybe 10, 15 years ago as far as working remote is concerned, because technology has given us the possibility to do so. So I don't think it's going to be a bit of it's kind of where it is right now, because we did have a lot more work from home last year and the year before, because there had to be, because of what. The pendulum is swinging. It swung pretty hard in the last year back to return to the office, but it's it's kind of settling back a little bit because there's some employees that realize their productivity went down when they had all these people back in the office. There's one work from home, there's one return to work office mandate that pretty much came back to bite that company in the butt. You have people coming back to the office, but you don't have enough parking space, nor do you have enough cubicles to fit them in. That was stupid. That's just my take on that. So they end up having to put people on flex shift where some come in certain days and some come in certain days. Like one set comes in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and another set comes in Tuesday, Thursday, some kind of staggered schedule like that to prove a point. All because the CEO, we won't call any names, he's my favorite CEO, Credit Solutionists know who he is, decided that everybody needs to be working at their desk and live at their office like he wants to. Ooh, he aggravates my soul. Anyway, we'll have a discussion about him in another time. Credit Solutionist says, I wake up, play murder mysteries on YouTube. I need to adjust. Listen, anything you need to do to get your work from home juices flowing. But guys, I want you to know that you have the autonomy to do what it is that you want in the job market. And if you are looking for a plan to either start working remotely, or you're looking for a plan to make a career change, or you're looking for a plan to become overemployed and you need my help to work through that piece from job search to salary negotiation, I help you with all of the steps that go in between that. You can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. I am happy to assist you with all pieces, and they are personalized and strategically geared to your career path and to your economic enrichment. And of course, guys, if you have general questions, as I gave out before, you can go ahead and go to mentorshelley.com/contact in regards to work from home, anything going on in the job market, just regular questions that doesn't necessarily warrant a full-blown consultation. You can go to mentorshelley.com/contact where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message. I am more than happy to return that voicemail or email within 24 hours. Guys, still rocks. We appreciate you stopping by. Of course, Credit Solutionist, it's always a pleasure. Your Credit Solutionist is a friend of the channel. If you guys are looking for credit assistance, please hit up Credit Solutionist on her YouTube channel. She definitely has superb strategies in getting your credit to where it needs to be. And Can 2228, I hope to hear from you fairly soon at mentorshelley.com/contact so we can discuss your career change and how you can capitalize on that greatly. We really do welcome you to the live stream today. Honey Brown, thank you so much for stopping by to our live chat tonight. We appreciate you stopping by. The Sister Crystal Show, we appreciate you stopping by here on the channel. Char Willie, cheers to you, because I'm with you on that when it comes to work from home. Of course, anyone else? Did I miss anyone? I think I got everybody. If I missed anyone, I apologize in advance. But guys, I want to make sure you are a better version of yourself professionally. But before I want you guys to exercise the options you have in front of you. Do not allow an employer to dictate how your personal economy is going to go. If they're not providing the resource or the amount, whether it be in pay, whether it be in flexibility, whether it be work from home or not work from home, they're not providing the proper structure that you need, go ahead and exercise your options. Exercise your options and use that resume for what it's used for, to market your skills to another employer. All right, guys. Oh, thank you so much, Sister Crystal Show. We appreciate you stopping by and inputting and making it a great live. Oh, thank you, Ann Can. We have a wonderful night, guys. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. If you have questions, concerns, or if you are wanting to discuss a specific topic in the job market and career space, you can go to mentorshelley.com/contact and leave me a voicemail or email message, and I'm more than happy to discuss it. And I'm looking forward to getting your message so we can discuss your particular situation further. Guys, this is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. And if you want to work from home, you have the choice to do so. And I welcome anyone that wants to take charge of their own personal economy. All right, guys, take care. You have a good one. Bye.